Greetings to you all. My name is Blaise Clotworthy. I use they, them pronouns. My ancestors hail from England and Ireland. I live and work in Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, Aotearoa, New Zealand. I am here representing Burnett Foundation Aotearoa as the former Marketing and Engagement Specialist, and I now work at Auckland Pride Festival as the Partnerships Manager. It is my honour to present digitally viral sex-positive content that targets HIV stigma among men who have sex with men in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Nō reira, tēnā koutou katoa. I want to express my gratitude for the generous contributions of people living with HIV in the development of this content. We are indebted to generations of people living with HIV, leading us with their experiences in our global response to HIV and AIDS. I want to also acknowledge my colleagues from Burnett Foundation Aotearoa, some of which are here today, and our creative agency Young Shand, who contributed to the work I'm presenting. These are my disclosures. So we were looking at how to combat internalized and externalized HIV stigma among men who have sex with men through social media content, challenging the use of the term clean to describe someone's HIV status. We found that by transcending traditional media strategies, we were able to deliver a piece of content across multiple platforms with significant reach among our primary and secondary audiences of men who have sex with men aged 18 to 30 and their communities, respectively. This is important because, as we know, HIV stigma affects the mental well-being and social isolation experienced by people living with HIV, and it also perpetuates barriers to accessing treatment and testing among our communities. Data shows that a third of people living with HIV in Aotearoa report feelings of being ashamed, guilty, worthless, and therefore experience higher levels of internalized stigma which affects their quality of life. Almost half of the participants of this study said that they decided not to have sex in the last 12 months, and this was higher among gay and bisexual men and those newly diagnosed. Nearly 30% of people living with HIV express that living with HIV makes them feel dirty, and that is evidenced by this quote at the bottom of this slide. Our two objectives of the content were for men who have sex with men to recognise that their use of the term clean when describing someone's HIV status, and to provide alternatives when speaking about HIV disclosure, and to empower wider communities to understand the impacts of HIV stigma, and to ensure communities inspire communities to call out the behaviour as and when it happens. We looked at the global rise of anti-queer rhetoric, and we operate in a media environment at the moment that is highly risk averse. We're cautious on how we pitch catchy, sex-positive messages, but also aware of not contributing to the further harm of our rainbow communities. We hear from younger men who have sex with men that they use the word clean without actually understanding that it implies that people living with HIV are dirty. We understand that their lived experiences of HIV stigma in the age of PrEP and U=U are vastly different than the generations of communities before them. We saw this as an opportunity to change inherited behaviours in the dating app landscape. So, this was our fun and bold creative, which married beautifully to the tagline, "Don't be a dick, get in dick." We used this to connect with the vernacular of our audience of younger men who have sex with men aged 18 to 30. The message is not shaming, with a call to action to utilise educational resources on our website. The video was designed for TikTok and Instagram Reels for shareability amongst our primary and secondary audiences. Audience media attention spans are limited in the digital environment of social media, so we had to get our message across in this 15-second song.
I love dick, you love dick, we all love dickity dick dick dick. But now you clean can be pretty mean. Now you're just being a dick dick dick. A dick, ride a dick, just don't be a dick and a dick.
Our below-the-line media strategy included geo-targeting on Grindr and Pornhub, and displaying the content around cruising spaces such as public bathrooms, sex on-site venues, and public parks between the hours of 9 PM and 4 AM. The message was also compounded through a multi-channel approach with content played on student radio, popular drag queen hosted podcasts on a major New Zealand network, social media partnerships, and these ads were reinforced in targeted physical locations with posters and condom wrappers at nightclubs, sex on-site venues, adult stores, and some sexual health clinics and health providers. We even changed our email signatures to reflect the campaign and generate talkability among our own networks. The results of the content strategy speak for themselves. Within gay, lesbian and bisexual population size in Aotearoa of around 134,000, on social media we gained over 500,000 views on the video across Instagram, TikTok and influencer partnerships, with 1,200 shares highlighting an engaged audience wanting to educate their communities. The video achieved a completion rate of just under 80%, with an engagement increase of over 246% compared to our other video content on our other social media platforms. Community dialogue in the comment sections of the content across all platforms was rich and nuanced. On student radio, we had over 34,000 listeners on BFM student radio, and the hosts also discussed HIV stigma with alternate ways of speaking about HIV status that don't perpetuate HIV stigma. With Grindr geotargeting, we gained over 130,000 views, highlighting the significant resonance in communities and the environment that we were targeting with the content. Our podcast partnership with local drag queens Ketamine and Anita Wiglet achieved nearly 2 million impacts across advertising and episode content. This gave the content a deeper level of discussion by key community members affected by the messaging, who have influence both within our primary and secondary audiences. This also had ripple effects in communities. As a result of the content journey, we've seen ripple effects across both our communities and platforms. In clinic, our clinicians have had HIV testing clients use the term clean, and they've used the condom wallets and videos as a tool for re-education. Our community members have also told us that in their hookups, they're using our condom wallets to also talk about not using clean to describe someone's HIV status. And we've also seen people adopt the campaign imagery in their Grindr profiles, which shows us that the message is having resonance among our communities in the organic sense. It is exciting when content is underpinned by sound public health theory and social marketing principles that achieves this level of dissemination and awareness, particularly in our little corner of the world. We will continue to deliver our programmatic offerings with the meaningful involvement of people living with HIV to ensure the voices of those most marginalised are prioritised. Thank you very much.